Hello and welcome to a video with me, Dragonborn McQueen, a video that I've wanted to do for quite some time now, and yeah, I want to talk to you about hammers. There is plenty of things you can do with the hammer type weapon, but the obvious choice to go for that everyone would probably choose is a super sledge. I have a blooded version here, but it's not necessarily the only one. So what I'm going to try and show you in this video is all the possible weapons you can use as a hammer. And the main reason for doing this that you might want to do is, even if you want a melee build, is there is a combat challenge, let me just find it for you, of destroy robots with a hammer. We've been working away at it. It's worth a whopping 80 atoms. As I'm a melee build and a melee master, I've kind of got to know all the melee weapons. I've been trying to collect all the plans, but there is one plan that is eluding us, so I'm going to try and go and obtain that now, although yeah, it's proving elusive for reasons that I'll explain further down the line. Okay, I'm just wandering around in White Springs, but I thought this is kind of too good to pass up. Yeah, we've got a flatwoods monster. Don't often see him, so... Thank you. That's kind of a nice surprise. So I want to talk perks and bonuses and ways to get more out of your melee, even if you're not on melee build, because you can do some serious damage. So the best way to do it, let's talk perks quickly, is we go in here. You want level 1 of each perk. So you've got Master Slugger, Slugger, and Expert Slugger, of course. That gives you 30% more damage. If you put all the perks into one card, it will only give you 20%. So it's definitely worth doing all three if you have access to all three. Otherwise, try and do a mix of the best you can. Say level 1 on Slugger, or level 2 on Slugger and level 1 on Expert, and your options available to you. Also, the alcohol of choice is probably going to be whiskey. That will give you extra damage, and you'll probably want something else like Yaogwai ribs, or I think it's mutt chops, mutant hound chops, something like that. Yeah, ghouls. This is the problem with White Springs, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I am here at White Springs, and I'm going to look for the sledgehammer plans. We've been looking for them for some time. It's been the biggest delay, but I'll explain more about that when I get inside White Spring. Hello, good sir. I would like to buy the plans so I know how to put a piece of metal onto a lump of wood, despite me knowing how to put together complex mechanisms like firing mechanisms, you know, that involve rivets, gears, etc., and firing pins, all the other complex things that I know how to build. I still can't work out how to put a lump of metal on a wood without a piece of paper, so I'm hoping you've got that piece of paper. So let's have a look and see if he has that very piece of paper. No, of course he doesn't. Now, I have looked into it on the internet, Reddit posts, etc., and the best bet everyone said is the responder. So we will quickly check out the responder vendor first. Some people have mentioned getting a Watoga as well, so I will keep looking for it because it would be nice to be able to make, but failing that we'll just go and find a super mutant and obtain one for the purposes of the video. So let's see, does he have sledgehammer plans? No, of course not. Whiskey though, that's very useful. If you want a good mix with your alcohols, vodka is a good choice because it gives you a mix of health and damage. Any other alcohol will do for Let's see, Brotherhood Vendor. I'm trying to think where to go. yeah, it gives you a good mix. Any alcohol would do to give you extra damage. Yaguai ribs, anything like that, I would recommend. But yeah, so this one has been eluding me. As you can see, the main reason why none of the vendors have it, and I've been checking here quite regularly, in fact daily. So Free States vendor, do you have it? Anyway, I'm going to go and obtain one for a sledgehammer from a super mutant. I'll probably head to Grafton because I think that'll probably be the best place. You want to find low level ones because high level ones tend to drop. The super sledge, we already know how to make super sledge, and I have a few good legendary versions as well, so I'm not really after that. It's just a sledgehammer for video purposes. Yeah, so here I am at Grafton looking for a sledgehammer. It's kind of inevitable really. The best way to get damage out of this is to use, like I say, the perks, and we'll find a... I do not want to do Grafton Day. I really...
This is Grafton's mayor speaking to everyone in the valley. It's Grafton Day! We are celebrating our town and its beloved mascot, the Grafton Monster. He may look scary, but I assure you his robot handlers have him completely under control. Come, join the parade, spend your money, and make sure to donate to my re-election campaign.
This is giving me a great chance to show you how to kill robots with other hammers apart from the super sledge. One that surprised me, and I'm going to show you now, is the Exterminator super sledge. Here I've got some mods for it, but as you can see, it counts as a hammer. And this is what we've been mostly using, just because of the sheer look of it, really. Okay, we have another robot. Now we have a couple. So they've been shown. It's supposed to be 10 robots, I believe is one, so we'll... Here's a surprising one. Let me just sort my rads out a little bit. And this one surprised me. The commie whacker.
Kill.
So that is the list, apart from the sledgehammer. So we'll just get the sledgehammer. It's good fun, isn't it? I did not want to do that. Let's go back to the Exterminator Sheep Squatch. Just because of the sheer look of it. So, what I'll do now is, once I obtain the sledgehammer, I will go around and try and show you the best places to hunt robots, depending on level and everything else, and depending on what you've done in game. So we shall skip over to that part. So I finally obtained the ever elusive sledgehammer from West Tech. I still don't have the plans, but we'll have a look at what we can actually do to it. So heavy gives us much more damage. Heavy rocket gives us 488, heavy spike 494, puncturing 470. You'll probably get different results, but it looks like heavy spike is definitely the one you want, but you'll need makeshift warrior level 2 for that. So we'll go try out the heavy sledgehammer. I'll take you to all the places to go and hunt robots, from the easiest and best places to go where you can get lots for doing very little effort, to some of the downright terrible places that are really awkward. An obvious place to start is probably silos. If you're at a high enough level, running a silo and just equipping one of these weapons is a good way of getting a few hundred robots if you sort of clear the whole area and hunt down every single robot you can. Also, spending a little bit more time in areas and running the silo properly kind of helps. But we'll go to our favourite place to hunt, where you get 0 resistance if you've done Mayor for a Day quest, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about, but we'll go there now. So here we are, yeah, Watoga. Once you've done Mayor for a Day, this becomes a really easy place to come and get robots, as I will demonstrate. We'll use this heavy sledgehammer. See how effective it is. See,
Protect
they're all quite
and
nice to
serve.
us. But we can just deal with them in one swipe with a sledgehammer.
We thank you for your patience. Watoga wishes
And it's
you
not a
safe
problem.
travels wherever you are
If you want a bit more of a challenge, we'll probably head somewhere else.
Protect and serve.
Agreed. That one didn't go down so easily. Have a little bit of fight. Yes, you can get a bit of a challenge if you don't manage to kill them in one hit. Good enough.
Protect and serve.
Power attack. It's probably the best way to do it. If you want to make sure that you're killing the target in one hit or doing sufficient damage. We'll go to another place that's good to hunt robots, and I'll switch back to the old sheep squatch staff because I really really like that weapon. It just looks quite mean. So if you're a low level player, this is probably where you want to come. Vaults into 6, as you know, fresh from the vault. There are robots as soon as you get out of here, and they're easy to deal with. Get some steel off them, which is always useful for building, fixing weapons, etc, etc. There's not too many here, and you know, even if you are low level, you're probably going to deal with these fairly swiftly. So there are other places to go for robots, and there is one fairly nearby, which we'll head there now once I deal with this last liberator. So this is the next spot, and it's still low level. It's only Charleston, it's Charleston train yard. This is a liberator hangout as well. It's a good place to come, as they're not too much hassle. They can be a little bit of a problem in here because they tend to swamp you. Oh, a hammer. Stop picking stuff up. Just can't help but do it. I can hear them, but I can't find them. Yeah, definitely I can hear them on the roof. So let's get up here and deal with them. Of course, if you're higher level, you might want a real challenge from your liberators. So you may want to go and find somewhere else to deal with them, or deal with robots, and I'll show you some of those places right now. So here we are at Atlas Observatory. This place provides a real challenge. I am going to quickly, before we go in there, talk about other perk cards that will help you though. We have Barbarian Blocker, which, yeah, these are helpful when you're using melee. They just help with additional protection. Incisor, your unarmed weapons ignore 75% of your target's armor. Martial Artist, which makes your weapons swing faster and weigh less. And we have Slugger. You can also do, I have Life Giver on at the moment. Radical, which great your rads, great your strength, max +5 strength. But you can also use a perk card that I used to use all the time, is not photosynthesis, sun-kissed, no, solar powered, that's it. Which, what this allows you to do is, yeah, you get +1 strength, +2 or +3 strength, additionally to your, which can give you extra damage between the hours of 6 AM and 6 PM. So there are various ways of getting that sort of extra damage. I'm using vodka for the health and the other parts, but this place is a real challenge. As you can see, the robots don't just lie down and die. Good perk also that you can hear working all the time is Ricochet and Serendipity. I tend to use just to stay alive a bit longer. Stay still.
Now you're starting to piss me off.
Feelings neutral. That's really annoying when you're right in front of me. Yeah, that's might be the easier way of dealing with them. So I think there's one more out here, and then inside. Turrets also count as robots, in case you didn't know that. It's a helpful thing to know. And yeah, hopefully that will put you well on your way. There are other ways to get to do robot events, probably like the hordes and that. Just be careful, because even if it's a liberator horde, if it's in a high level area like the mire, it can be a bit of a challenge, and they can end up just swamping you. So you have to have your melee build pretty sorted out. The weapons you'll be using are heavy sledgehammer. Probably heavy one's a good version. That's if you can add mods, just find one, break it down. After a few times breaking the weapon down, you'll find the mod. I have the tenderizer as well. I have a spicy version of it. That works as a... But the peppered version is probably the best version if you have that modification, or if you know someone who could put that modification on you. That's what you'll want. The bladed commie whacker, of course, which is probably the funniest one on this list, and the one that most surprised me. The blooded super sledge, or super sledge in general, you can probably get a good one if you just buy from the event from the mole miner purveyor. And this I also got from the purveyor. It is a sheepsquatch staff, but it's the exterminated sheepsquatch staff, which means it does 40% more attack power damage, and it's got plus 30% damage to Marlocks and bugs, and 90% reduced weight. And the bug with the super sledge is, if you don't put it away, it just constantly makes the noise. Great. But we'll finish off that Mr. Gutsy over there, and then I will say goodbye. And thank you for watching. Happy hunting.